This is ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM and 99.1 FM, the only local station that talks sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From Gullick and Wingo to the Sports Drive with Chad Brillante. Plus talk football with Coach K at noon, sports call every Saturday. If you'd like to partner with us as an advertiser or a promotional partner, just give us a call at 262-6000.
You're listening to ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. All sports, all the time. WEBY, Milton, Pensacola.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Coming up on the Sports Drive today, we're going to have some fun. Well, it is March Madness, and I think when people start thinking March Madness, basketball will be secondary. But we'll get to more on the Olympics and a tough decision. He tried to extend it, but Dick Pound couldn't do enough.
Has just become the NFL's all-time leading rusher. Across the middle, and it's caught for the first. It's Baldwin, shaking free and sprinting down the sideline for the touchdown. His third of the day. Doug Baldwin.
Derrick Brooks, who ran back 3 interceptions for touchdowns in the regular season, does it to cement the Super Bowl.
Boxing's elite, the new WBA heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
Broken beaten. The result has come up on screens that Gatlin's taken it. Goodness me, it was a blue American vest, 992 the Gatlin, 992 by the American champion to take gold.
Another Watson is wearing a green jacket at Augusta. And this time, his name is Bubba.
Scores on a 34-yard touchdown run by the Doak Walker Award winner, Trent Richardson, who broke a lot of Emmett Smith's records back in Pensacola, Florida.
And welcome into the Sports Drive right here on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM, simulcast each and every day here on Blab TV. I am Chad Brillante, glad to be with you here as always, one of these kind of days where, you know, I got to say, in a month that has been like this, days really become years, and somebody's like, Lord knows you're telling me right now. I'm quarantined with 6 kids. If I have to watch one more Paw Patrol, or what the heck is happening with one of these Team Umizoomi shows, I swear. Now, hopefully you're not just doing that. Hopefully you are also going out there doing things with your family. I love the memes of the dog, like, I'm done with walks. Like, rolled over, like, no more walks, please. But I do have to say, right now, for the people that are looking at days, looking at weeks ahead, take it day by day. But when it comes to no sports or anything going on out there that has to do with sports, it does seem like every day, the last couple weeks in March, feel like an eternity. Join me on a note where, you know, he's feeling it as well. We've been quarantined outside. Don't need to make this like one of those movies here on the side here. Hello, visitor. Our good friend JP outside the glass is joining us. JP from the other side. How about that? Is that the new nickname we're going with?
That's probably a lot
Sounds
nicer.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. You know, being quarantined out here, how is everything in the studio?
It's actually good. The AC is working.
I turned
nice.
it way down. You
yeah.
like that, huh? Yeah.
It is funny how things start to come around. It's feeling really nice right now.
That's what happens.
Not as many people in the building. Got the Clorox disinfecting wipes. So, it's all good right now. Everything's going okay. Look, from a standpoint of sports, we're going to have some fun today. We're going to get into the March Madness brackets, and we've had a lot of people call in and weigh in on the show, being on television as well, about different things to do, like family feuds. The thing is, a lot of people are off, and that takes a whole team of production. There's a reason why right now, if you watch Golick and Wingo in the morning, or the Paul Feinbaum show, or some of the other things going on, there's like a rotating picture of their logo, and that's how they do it, because everybody has to stay at home. We're showing up for you. I'm a little bit worried, not as much about me. I was tested. I was fine yesterday. Everybody down there doing a great job with, and thank you for the kind things people said from WEAR and yesterday being on the news, being a spokesperson for one of the rapid test kits that is being worked on by the medical group right there, medical specialists of Louisiana right there doing a great job. And look, for the people underneath the comments, I stopped reading comments and message boards a long time ago, because the first show I ever did when I was in Orlando, I said, yeah, I'm playing a little college ball. And then some guy got on there, some trickster got on there, and he was like, oh, Big Papa right here. It's Ken Griffey, everybody. Oh, it's the big hurt Frank Thomas. Oh, like all I said was literally, I played baseball a little. Like when the guy asked the question.
I'm so sorry. I was a different time in my life.
I know you did. You're good at that right there.
I didn't mean anything personal by it.
Look, as a Patriot fan and a UCF Knight, which I'm wearing proudly today.
Because nobody's out here.
We are urged to stay away from message boards. Look, I'm urged to stop wearing my fake national title shirt in front of people, because I remember going to Publix where shopping once was a pleasure, now no toilet paper, and getting hit by a shopping cart. So I'm telling you, if you're people out there, they need to understand. But at the same time, the idea yesterday was about a rapid test kit to get them out there. Blood test compared to the swab test. Now, even in the report done by Rebecca Casser, did a great job with WER, and I was the spokesperson doing it. Having the opportunity to talk about it was these come to, in 2 to 3 minutes, they can get tested. And then from there, your next move is, if it tests positive, you need to go and you need to get checked down at the places like Sacred Heart, West Florida, Baptist, all of our local healthcare providers and hospitals to get the swab test. The difference right now is the unknown. And each area is different. Right now in Seattle and places all over the country like San Francisco, it's like a 24/7 shutdown. It's a lockdown. A lot of people in the South, and this is just more of a geographical and a demographical kind of thing. A lot of people growing up in the South, they grow up in the South and they stay in the South. They're raised here. They don't move. You don't go to too many places where I've moved in Las Vegas, where I've moved in places like Boston, Orlando, all over, and somebody you're like, yeah, been out here in Las Vegas for about 4 years, spent about 40 in Decatur, Alabama. You don't get that much. There's not too much of that. Most people in the South stay in the South and their family, and they love it. They live it, and the Southern hospitality for a reason. There's a reason why every single home-cooked meal that you see on TV, some of those cat head biscuits and gravy, man, there's a reason people in New Orleans, and there's a reason in Mississippi that they don't have to put labels on food for the calorie intake, because I've eaten a couple, and they are awesome. But to the point, what I was trying to help with was, if this does work around the nation, then we're just speeding up the process of getting people back into jobs, back into work. It isn't supposed to be sent to your house. The idea was to get it to different local places that might have 100 people at work. Now, 100 people right now are sitting at home, and that business is losing money. You're losing money. People in sales, a lot of people can't work, and they're working today. Thank God for the internet, and that we have the opportunity to be able to go out there and do things like, which is going to be fun tomorrow. We're having our Wednesday. You're going to take place in this. I know you made a cameo in Jeremy's screen earlier today, but
nope, not my show.
Tomorrow. Oh yeah, you do. Crap, you're the one person. I used to be the one person in the building. I can't.
Yeah, not anymore.
But tomorrow we're doing our 3 group with Cat Country News Radio and ESPN Pensacola. Also the playlist for the people over there. That's a playlist, so the computer's not joining us. But everybody that's part of the group here, we have a once a month meeting where everybody's there from all over. Brent and Big Moose and Candy and Bridget and all the folks, Andrew. Everybody comes around from all the stations. So you get everybody out there at one time, and then Davis and all that. I could just start naming. You get my point. I feel like my brain's saying I'm leaving people out. I love you all out there, but you're all the same. I just started naming people, and that would take forever. So the three people, all the different people are going to be on one internet stream trying to use with like 15 boxes popping up. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. However, the internet has helped a lot of people, but we know we're losing a lot. It doesn't look like right now the official word is Governor DeSantis is making the call on shutting down business across the board. There are a lot of businesses that are doing curbside delivery. There are a lot of places that are still open for necessity. I did drive by North Davis Highway, and it seemed packed today. I am not, even from a sports outlet, no offense to them, not just because they have not done anything with us when it comes to advertising. That's not why. I don't get salty on that. You know, we talk about whatever we have in front of us. Ron Burgundy, what to do with your hands. But I will say, driving by places like an Academy Sports and some of these others, personally, an opinion, don't want to get you shut down. If the government has told you you're okay to open, good for you for making money. But I don't see places like that as a necessity for somebody to go get a pair of gym shorts right now if what they've read on with everything that we know right now and how quickly this can spread. The quicker way, whatever side of the fence you're on right now, the only thing that I can see people agreeing on at all is that we all want this to go away quicker and get back to our normal lives quicker. Capiche? Yeah. I'm going to throw out a capiche on that. I think that's a capiche moment right there.
Well, the only thing I can think of for Academy is I think a whole lot of people seeing it fun. It's not funny, but it is kind of comical when you think of how many people are actually working out now that didn't work out before because they're tired of sitting on the couch.
I did about 3 seconds of yoga today, but
that's what I'm saying. So as of it being a necessity, no. I mean, I don't see that, but I guess.
Why don't you flex that picture of the guns right there, the gun show for you?
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay, look at that.
No,
that's it. Go on
Tom Brady one? It's Tom Brady picture right here.
Oh, jeez.
I don't always destroy my cell phone.
I'm glad we're far enough away. I'm glad we're far enough away for that we don't have that in there. So you worked hard on that today too. So
I would not say I worked hard on that, but apparently I got in trouble for using that computer.
Oh, that's okay. No, we're all good. We're all part of the same team. But yesterday I was reading some of the comment boards like, this is a hoax. First off, here's the thing. If those rapid test kits do go to fruition and they go out there, because they're moving on this quickly, the FDA takes a long time. The Food and Drug Administration. They test everything, and you have to, for good reason, so you don't turn into like some zombie in the middle of doing something. That's why rats and lab tests happen, and those things are real out there, so we can find. When you're messing with chemicals, if anybody actually did not fall asleep all the way through chemistry, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to find out that chemicals, you mix them, the wrong ones, it's not a good thing. Think about it when we laugh and we think it's funny to put one of those Mentos in a soda bottle. That's what your insides will feel like if just one ingredient is off. One of those bonds, one of those things doesn't match up. That could be your inside. So you probably don't want to mess with things like that.
Similar to eating Taco Bell. Yeah,
yes.
I agree with you completely.
But this thing yesterday with what was going on with the rapid test kits, with the blood prick, is right now getting sent to scientists and getting approval from the vice president, people through with the Emergency Use Act, where they can get this out there now because they can't wait months on this. But here's the deal with it. You don't have to take it. It still goes to a medical supplier, which would go to the people, the doctors, the people that run it from a standpoint of the hospitals and the people that are doing that. So nobody has to. If you're skeptical, stay at home and don't do it. If you don't like a beer or one of those things that you get those, what are the bacon, cheese flavored beers or all that key lime pie stuff, you're like, I don't know. And then some like pub guys like, well, actually, it's a 6.5% Pilsner.
You mean the raspberry cheesecake?
Yeah, that was, I mean, but if you're skeptical, if some guy's out there got an eagle on your shoulder with the cutoff shirt and you're wearing a Harley right now and be like, if it ain't a butt heavy, I'm not touching this. Then guess what? You don't have to ever try to go down that path.
Proud of my uncle.
Thank you. Very much. I know that you've told many people, look, I drink Zima Proud. And I know that you've done that, and you've gotten to the point now where and that everybody has a choice on that. Everybody has that.
I've never actually tried a Zima. I might.
St. Pauli's Girl when you were drinking that the other day. But I'm just saying these kind of things, though, we understand if you're against it. But what about the other side? About the things of if it does work out, you can test hundreds of people. You could send somebody down here like a nurse or doctor to test people, hundreds of people in minutes, and get them back where you know they're a negative test. And look, the research and the percentages need to go up. And I'm not, like I said, this is not my field, but being a spokesperson, I read, I support it, and I hope that it goes forward because we all are sitting there wondering together. And the last thing we want to do, somebody that spells America without the A in front, or somebody that is the most cautious person in the world that spends extra on flood insurance and lives in Nebraska. For those people out there, everybody that's listening right now, I hope would agree on one thing. You wouldn't want to be the person that does have it and might be healthy and walks by 5 or 6 people at the shopping, wherever you're getting groceries today and end up giving it to somebody. And that person going home in their 80s and not making it. Nobody wants that. So I would hope. We got Dr. You got some giggles over here.
No,
during this.
I do want to say that.
Yes.
Not a laughing matter, but you mentioned
this is the right show for that, so don't worry. This is
spending extra on flood insurance in Nebraska. They did have a flood that cost them over $2 million
Did it really?
last year. Just want to throw that out there. So.
Did you research that?
I remember. I thought
Okay.
I remember. Last year hearing about a flood in Nebraska, and sure enough, there you go. Oh, I'm sorry. Faced over $1.3 billion in flood losses.
Okay. I picked the one damn state that
of all the states you could have chose. You chose the one that
the
had
one
a
some guys
tremendous loss.
driving right now with the Cornhusker hat, like, you son of a! I lost my whole family to that flood.
I had to move
the
here.
one place. All right. I'm gonna pick Wyoming, and somebody's gonna be like, "You don't remember '85 in Yosemite? You piece of garbage." Be like, all right, I'm done with this. Done with making that point. But I have to say, though, that people are so skeptical. I'm not worried about it. I am not saying that everything's perfect, but if people are working right now today in the list of, and we're going to have a new a topic on without sports going on right now, I will say, taking it to a new low. How low can you go? Like the grandpa Paps is about to break his back trying to go low at the wedding. On the limbo, like, he shouldn't be doing that. Why'd he get out of his wheelchair? Like, okay, whatever you're doing, you gotta, how low can you go? And you do that sometimes at the luau.
Like you would win.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's nice at a luau, having fun. Got the pig roast going in Hawaii. Wearing a flowered shirt, you get laid, and you get to do that. If people know what Hawaii's like, so you go out there, and you start. How low can you go? Today, how low we could go is at the NCAA. I could just see the guy sitting there. I'm a stickler. That's what I do. That's what we do. The NCAA has shut down Trevor Lawrence, a voice of reason. At this time, we listen to Kim Kardashian and Kanye West on things, arguing right now over rights of songs with people like Taylor Swift. But people are sitting on the edge of their seat for that. But when good human beings, which Trevor Lawrence, sunshine, blonde Jesus out there, he's trying to make something happen. And at the end of the day, the NCAA is shutting down his page where he is trying to raise money in South Carolina, across America, across the world for the coronavirus. This money's not going directly to, like, Big TL's bank account. This is not one of these that directly is. But because he's an NCAA player, he can't do that. You got to be a pretty big, you-know-what. Rules are rules right there, baby. Rules are rules. Be like a house is burning down and you have a no-shoe policy at the front door. Those people? We all know that. We all know the family. They have – it's sort of freaky, like the movie American Psycho, how clean their carpets are. But you come in their house with shoes and immediately you get those eyes. You better have these shoes off. Everybody knows somebody. It might be somebody in your family. But everybody has the no-shoes policy. And it's probably a healthy – I'm the opposite, so it's probably a healthy thing. Currently, what am I doing with my shoes, by the way, since you can look through the side? Have you seen? I mean, not even wearing shoes. But here's the thing. That's not healthy for anyone. But I have to say, if somebody with the no shoes policy, if their stove was left on and there's a fire and they got kids upstairs and you see through the window that there's a fire and you run into their house as a friendly neighbor and that guy goes, "Up! Who?" You're like, whoa, where's your kids? Take your shoes off. You'd be like, are you kidding me right now? Are you seriously? Nope. Mama says.
Let them be.
Mama, get out of my house. But your
be.
kids are. Better take off your shoes. Double knot. You're going to be here a while. For everybody, you got something to show right there? What is this, the story of Trevor Lawrence right there? Yeah. Look at that.
To get a haircut.
Get Trevor Lawrence a haircut? That's where we're going?
There's actually a bunch of these. They're all from Louisiana, too. I'm just saying.
I feel like we have morphed bodies today. You have during this segment, I have talked about two things that have been semi-serious, which I'm laughing inside. This is not like an emotional kind of like intervention here. But you have gone my style, which has been like, hey, let's take a look at his haircut more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's funny
absolutely.
how this has gone.
Well,
what has happened to me?
I'm used to running the board and doing music and things like that, so I have all this extra time, so now I'm just Googling around.
The NCAA, though, the NCAA cutting right now somebody trying to raise money for the coronavirus. Like,
I mean,
he should dress as a pirate and be like, just
if anything,
make like it's
why can't
clearly
they,
not Trevor Lawrence.
Why can't they? Let somebody take over this. If it's that big a deal.
Clemson the pirate.
I know him and his girlfriend were doing it. So why
whoa, family show. They're raising money. They're raising money. Okay.
Be ashamed of yourself.
Look, people are inside. They're quarantined right now, but whatever they do with their time is okay.
Just a lot of coronavirus babies. No, but when you look at this, she was help running it, so why can't they just let her do it? Like, why do you have to shut this down? I get it. I do understand the rules behind it, but this is a different time.
It is. This is. I mean that. But that's what I'm saying. There should be exceptions to thing. If he's raised money and it's going to a right cause on this, I don't think there's any team out there, Alabama, LSU. There's not one fan that would stand up in front of a microphone. We have our face right in front of people every single day. But somebody to come up here and say, NCAA, good for you for shutting down that account, for helping raise money for people in need right now. They're out of jobs. Nobody has this. Doctors are dying. Nurses are dying. But good for you for shutting down somebody raising money for the coronavirus. When other people want to get on websites and complain because the mayor is giving his money towards people so they can help get their, still keep ECUA bills and everything alive, and people are like, is that it? Is that enough? They're like, can you shut up for 2 seconds? I feel like we've learned a lot about people throughout this process. For the people, because on Facebook and other people, you can't troll as some guy in like some kind of like one of those Deadpool outfits that nobody can find. It's you. I mean, that's you brought it. I mean, not everybody. There's some people that look like they maybe are, not.
You still haven't found me in my gorilla suit.
Those people that have no mutual friends and they don't have a real city they live in. It's usually a picture of someone like Cindy Crawford. Those might not be real people. When a guy is named Hemru Balat, but he is looking exactly like Tyra Banks, probably not a male in his 40s
what about the
from the Philippines. Don't even get into that. I just have to say, though, these people out here that are complaining about things people are trying to do positive, pick your poison another day. But don't do it on a day where somebody's trying to do something good. If it's borderline, if it's something political, go down the path whatever you want to choose. But not today. Not on my watch. As Jonah would say out there listening, just enjoy watching what we can with the people in their outfits and the players.
It's all about the outfits.
Enjoying the new LA Chargers logo and the Rams. Whatever team it is, I can't tell. It looks terrible. We're coming back for more. It's the Sports Drive on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM, simulcast each and every day on Blab TV.
What'd you do this time, Brad?
I'm in the doghouse after my hunting trip last weekend.
Yeah, I was too. I blew off our date.
How'd you get out of the doghouse?
Stillwater's Day in Medical Spa. I got her a gift card. It took 3 minutes at swmedspa.com. She booked it this Saturday.
Saturday? So 9 holes then?
Tee time's at 8.
To enjoy a hassle-free guys' weekend, let her relax at Stillwater's Day in Medical Spa. Visit swmedspa.com. Stillwater's Day in Medical Spa. Voted best on the Bay 10 years in a row. And now offering tattoo removal.
Hello, sports fans. Miles Bentley here, General Manager at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Pensacola. Growing up, I always loved sports. Nothing but net, out of the park, through the uprights. Sink the puck Bentley, that was me. But my love of the game couldn't beat my love for Pensacola and helping folks get on the road of dreams in a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Sure, I never went to the big leagues in sport, but we're all pro here at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Proud to be in Pensacola.
Have you fallen behind on your mortgage payments? The National Foundation for Credit Counseling is a nonprofit organization that has helped consumers in situations just like yours for more than 60 years. Our certified housing specialists will work with you to review your finances and create a custom plan that's right for your specific situation. NFCC member agencies provide free and affordable help and meet U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development standards. Call 866-687-6322 or visit mortgagehelpnow.org.
Football season never ends on Talk Football with Coach K.
Stidham is tearing it up at New England. He may well be the incumbent to Tom Brady there.
Former head coach of the Buffalo Bills, Coach K brings his expertise as he breaks down the game, the players, the coaches, and the front office. Plus, high-profile interviews from the biggest names in football. Talk Football with Coach K every weekday from noon till 1 on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 FM 99.1.
Welcome to the boat!
Okay, hi, what are we doing today?
I need something that screams something fun. Nothing too on the face, nothing too off the face, but also totally hot.
So I have the perfect thing. It's the most food mullet. You're totally business in the front, but tailgate in the back. It's a fat party. People are having fun. You know, snap. All your friends are going to be like, whoa, awesome setup. Everyone else is going to be all jelly, okay?
Just like a killer mullet, Moe's Catering will turn the back of your ride into a tailgate party that's sure to turn some heads. Just order ahead and pick it up on your way.
Moe's Southwest Grill, now open in Pace on Highway 90 next to Publix grocery store.
I'm Ina Kimes, host of ESPN Daily. Each morning, we bring you a deep dive into a single story from one of ESPN's hundreds of reporters. ESPN Daily is presented by ADT. Whether you want just the basics or all the bells and whistles, ADT can work with you to customize a system to help protect your home in a way that works for you and your budget. All ADT products are rigorously tested to deliver the quality you expect from ADT, the most trusted name in security. Help protect your home today with ADT.
His football career started as a quarterback at Pensacola High. It culminated as the coach of the Buffalo Bills. Now, Coach K. Stevenson talks football every day at noon on Talk Football with Coach K.
Kareem Hunt got pulled over last week for speeding.
This guy's been in trouble over and over and over again. Now, if they get him out of this, he will get in trouble again.
Noon to 1, weekdays on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. We do sports, and that's all we do. We're your hometown sports station, ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
It's important to grab the sword there. You didn't. I don't think you were feeling this right here. Welcome back, Sports Drive. Live from Disney World here. Having some fun with you. And we'd have a lot of, could you call this the super fast pass? If you're at Disney.
Don't go there.
Why aren't the pirates moving, Daddy? Man, son, got to tell you something here. But it's a small, small world. Feels that way right now at Disney. It does.
Feels like no world there right now.
Yeah. Some people that waited to go, they feel like Dumbo. But on a serious note, because that's where we're headed here, the NFL today, huge move going on, as we talked about. Brian Hoyer, at this point, is now the quarterback of New England. But where you wanted to go is, I know Philip Dorsett is now a Seahawk, and this is just game-changing.
What's sad is, I mean,
it's something.
As awkward as this is,
it's
how
something
do you
to talk
that
about.
Guy for the Patriots?
Listen, yeah.
Because, I mean, what do you have on the roster? What if Julian Edelman just abandons ship and just heads out somewhere else? Like, that's the questions that come up, because, you know, Edelman's got to be like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I've been seeing the memes of Edelman, like, crying and things like that. Like, I don't know. It's for New England, the quarterback, I said this yesterday, the quarterback position is the least of their worries right now.
In a way, I understand what you're saying about Julian Edelman. But also, remember, Julian Edelman is a multi-millionaire today, probably worth about $30 million, a guy that is living an okay life if you've seen some of the memes and some of the text.
Jumping on cars.
No, I was talking more about
the
ladies that wake up and take selfies with him. But he's doing okay for himself. But Julian Edelman also is a guy that was a 7th-round pick at a Kent State that played quarterback for the Golden Flashes. Those MAC games that have like 30 people in the crowd during the Wednesday. Nick Saban, if he's
Action,
listening, is
baby.
very offended by this. But I will say, Julian Edelman without Tom Brady in that offense and the scheme, did you just coffee it up right there?
I did.
It's all right. It's all right. You know, Don Juanis over there with on the donkey. Just let us know next time. But if you think right now about Julian Edelman's career, I understand what you're saying. It's not gonna be the same. But his career, just like Austin Collie, Wes Welker, or as the mayor of Boston would say, Wes Welker, the guys out there, they would not be the same person if it wasn't having an elite quarterback, the greatest of all time, throwing at you, and being able to put up those stats. Think about if he would have gone to a team like, if he was a rookie this year as a seventh rounder and went to like Kyler Murray in Arizona, or went to, you know what I'm saying? Like he would be out of the league in a couple
years.
You're
only proving my point more. Like what do they do? That the last thing they need to worry about right now is the quarterback position. Because unless you're going to go Cam Newton or Jameis Winston, you're out of luck. I guess Andy Dalton. Yeah. See, Andy Dalton's not looking too bad right now. But I think that
I was on a site, fakesportscenter.com today, that said that good chance Michael Thomas might be making a move over there.
Well,
if you want to check it out, I'm just saying, fakesportscenter.com. I'm pretty excited about it. What's real, what's fake these days, you know?
At this point, believe whatever you want.
That's exactly right. Talking about, what's going on right now, as we said in the Olympics. I did see somebody that has had enough, by the way, of Dick Pound making his cameos on TV, and they put Richard Duncan Pound II. Like they weren't messing around with.
Should they do that anyway, out of respect?
No, I think he's been asked to be called Dick, based on that they're using it. Because wouldn't most people in class and other things, not for the giggles of your name being Dick Pound, asked to be like, are we going to go with William? Are we going to go with Richard on this one? No, just flat out Dick. Okay, all right, but sir, you're in charge of the Olympics here. You're going to be in front of like thousands upon thousands of people. That's it. That's the only people watching. Millions upon millions, billions upon billions, and
just 1,000.
We have to throw Dick Pound in front of you, and everybody's going to be like a 12-year-old kid talking about poop at school. I mean, it's just this is what it's come to in the Olympics.
Over here, Chad.
Change your name, bro. Like, can we just call him, like, can we give him like the Chancellor Pound? I don't think that sounds better either. But I don't know if we can make this better.
Can we talk about
the Olympics have been, at this point, postponed. They have been postponed.
Yeah, well, it's for people that didn't think this was going to happen. It was obvious. I like we said yesterday, I didn't like the pressure that was being applied on this, but at the same time, I think that they were trying to make sure they didn't have to cancel it. They were trying to postpone it and figure out, because this is a worldwide deal here. We have to remember this. It's not like the NFL that affects a certain group. This is something that affects everyone and what they've been training for. So I get it. I mean, for people that were upset, Lolo Jones came on and was furious. She said this should have been decided 2 or 3 weeks ago. Well, I understand the frustration. I can't imagine for an athlete training for as long as you train for, and having to kind of be in waiting right there, although for a couple more weeks, I can't imagine the difference it would make, waiting around. You just continue to do what you've been doing. But I don't know. I'm not going to speak on that. I will say I don't know. Of course, I've heard some things from other people, of course, that have went through times when, of course, things got canceled, and they're like, listen, just be happy that it got postponed. You have the opportunity to go out and play. I
could think of worse jobs if something got postponed, though, besides athletes. And what I mean by that is, they're working their ass off. And there's a reason why I'm not sitting there doing what they're doing or you. And we both play college sports, but you get to a point, it's tough.
Whoa,
even listen.
Griffey Jr. over there.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Well, look at this big dad over here. Macho. No, not at all.
Big Texas Toast.
Big Texas Toast. That's the nickname right there. Somebody needs to claim that. I don't understand.
Can I claim that?
You can, but you're not from Texas. It makes no sense right now.
It's fine. I'll go to Texas.
But like Leighton Vander Esch or someone? Jason Witten should have been called Big Texas Toast. That would have been perfect.
Guy right there.
J.J. Watt from Houston. Those guys need to claim Big Texas Toast. Jeff Bagwell back in the day, Big Texas Toast.
Johnny Manziel could have been Big Texas Toasted.
No. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, see, all works out. Big Texas Toasted.
That's a good one right there. But I think we need to realize, though, that a lot of people out there, it's not easy to get up and make that decision every day. to get in that
never had
peak
to
shape.
make this.
No, what I'm talking about is for athletes right now that are really complaining. What did they do? They really worked their tail off to get themselves into better shape and to do things that most people pay at gyms and things like that to get themselves into shape, or CrossFit. Things that they're getting into. They have the best trainers in the world training them. And yes, they go through rigorous 2-3 a days. They don't sleep. They go through it like hell. Anybody that's played sports to a level where it's been a competitive level, sometimes you don't sleep on things. And people out there listening where we live today in the Marine Corps, or all of our military people out there, that thank you for what you do each and every day, and God bless you out there. There's a lot of veterans on the streets that when people talk about getting to your homes in quarantine, they don't have the chance to do that. So let's think about a lot of those people today that fought for our freedom, to give us the right for freedom, and then a virus, which is out of our control, has taken that away, which we all have to abide by as citizens in doing the right thing to save humanity. It's not easy to do it, but that's what we have to do. And a lot of these veterans that fought for our freedoms so we could live the style before 2 weeks ago are on the streets and have a really good chance to get it. So let's think of that too. Put perspective together. And I will say, though, that when you're talking about a lot of these people, the rigorous workouts of people out there, it is not easy. But there's worse jobs. Think about the guy that works on the assembly line and built everything but the final axles on a car, and then you get shut down and get laid off or something. And that car, it's not like you're working at a plant where you get paid by the hour. You only work on the commissions of the sales. You have a small business in that, and you went to an auto dealer, you went to an auto show, and you just came back from all of those cars. I know a lot of the people around here that own local car dealerships, good people, and it's not like some of the big car dealerships where they're getting the company cars in and out. Think about it. There's tons of them in Pensacola. Car City. Got Terry Powers, Downtown Motorsports, Chris Carroll out there. There's folks all over that are that they might have gone and got an allotment of 15, 20 cars, came back, and then the next day it's like crap. And I understand that there are still people out there buying cars, and they're still getting their checks back in the mail for taxes. Uncle Sam's not stopping. But at the same time, not as many people are out there right now buying cars. A lot of people are inside, and things are happening. We need to understand that with everything going on right now, that these people, there's a lot worse out there than athletes really complaining that they worked extra hard knowing that it might get shut down in the next couple weeks. I know what you're saying. What they're working for is an Olympic medal. A lot of these smaller sports, the ancillary sports from the major sports in our country, when it comes to hockey, when it comes to football with 2 O's, when it comes to basketball and baseball, a little bit different. For Michael Phelps, let's not lie to ourselves, unless you're a diehard swimming fan, and if you're one of those guys that doesn't have kids and you're just standing by the pool at the Y, it's a little creepy. I'm a big swimming fan. Sir, this is the 17-year-old girls Escambia County team here. Just big fan of swimming. What are you, popcorn, dude? Swimming. Get out of here. Get this creeper out of here. Nobody is buying into that people, unless you're a parent or you're into it when it comes to you actually live and breathe the swimming world, that you're going to be watching Michael Phelps outside of the Olympics every week. I know me and you, we work in this business, and we don't do that. We don't watch Michael Phelps swimming. We don't watch, Jones out there, and I don't watch the 100 meter. I don't until the Olympics. But these people, they live and breathe for this opportunity.
Well, the other thing we have to remember, including the athletes and everybody involved here, is we're going through something we've never had to go through before. I mean, unless you're talking about, when you talk about the Olympics being canceled, that was due to wars, world wars going on. But just in general, everything sports related right now, when people want to criticize somebody for how are they not canceling this already? Why have they not stopped this yet? Things like that. Remember that it's like, I'm not saying I agree or disagree with everything this guy says, but DeSantis made a good point the other day. Every action has a reaction to it. And that's true, because we have to be careful what we do in this time. Take the time, think about what we have to do, think about what's ahead. It's like thinking about football. Some people are saying, well, they should go ahead and postpone football right now. Well, why? You don't need to. Talking about NBA moving forward, I know SEC, they're meeting, I think, in the middle of April. What are they doing? They're getting started? No, they're not getting started. They're meeting to figure out where do we go from here. This is a day-by-day process for everything. I don't think we're anywhere near the worst of this, But regardless, whatever's going on, this is nothing. We don't need to take an overreaction to this because it's only going to be worse. So when we make these decisions, when we talk about, well, why did the Olympics take so long? Why did it take people pressuring them? I think it wasn't really the pressure that was getting to them. They were trying to take their time of how can we make this work? What's a timetable where we can say, okay, we're going to postpone until this time. That way we don't have to cancel this because canceling it is a shame because it's not coming back.
Yeah. Not to add fuel to the quarantine for Alabama fans, but Anthony Grant today named the AP Coach of the Year after
Dayton sweeping it right there.
He had a couple seasons where they wanted him out. Avery Johnson comes in. Now Honey and Oates is their coach. And you got a situation where he goes to Dayton and he becomes the coach. That long pedigree of guys from the days of back at Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan and a number of guys from what we saw from Gottfried to the guys that I think there's about 5 or 6 coaches that have coached from that pedigree, and Anthony Grant was one of them. Good staff, part of those championships back in the early 2000s, and good to see he had a great story of coming back to make something good, of a situation where he seems to do it the right way. We're coming back for more. It's a Sports Drive on ESPN Pensacola, simulcast each and every night on Blab TV.
Introducing a new podcast, ESPN Daily, hosted by me, Mina Kimes. When you want to go beyond your feed, when you want to get inside the score, when you want to get behind the highlight, there's ESPN Daily. Go deeper into the stories of the moment. Get the exclusive access and insider perspective that only ESPN can give you. The best sports story all day, 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week. ESPN Daily. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to Bold!
Okay, hi, what are we doing today?
I need something that screams something fun. Nothing too on the face, nothing too off the face, but also totally hot.
So I have the perfect thing. It's the most food mullet. You're totally business in the front, but tailgate in the back. It's a fat party. People are having fun. Snap. All your friends are going to be like, whoa, awesome setup. Everyone else is going to be all jelly, okay?
Just like a killer mullet, Moe's Catering will turn the back of your ride into a tailgate party that's sure to turn some heads. Just order ahead and pick it up on your way.
Moe's Southwest Grill, now open in Pace on Highway 90 next to Publix grocery store.
Corporal John Vale was on patrol when his truck flipped.
I realized I can't move my legs.
When John arrived at the VA, Paralyzed Veterans of America was there to advocate for him and help John with his claim. PVA has helped hundreds of thousands of veterans get the care and benefits they've earned, and their service is free. If you need help with a claim or just navigating the system, contact us at pva.org.
ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Pensacola's home to hometown sports, covering the biggest high school games. UWF football, catching every game of the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. Plus, local sports commentary with the Sports Drive with Chad Brillante. And weekend sports talk with Davis Allen and Justin Patrick on the Sports Call. We are local. We are ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
I'm Mina Kimes, host of ESPN Daily. Each morning, we bring you a deep dive into a single story from one of ESPN's hundreds of reporters. ESPN Daily is presented by ADT. Whether you want just the basics or all the bells and whistles, ADT can work with you to customize a system to help protect your home in a way that works for you and your budget. All ADT products are rigorously tested to deliver the quality you expect from ADT, the most trusted name in security. Help protect your home today with ADT.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
This is Davis Allen from Sports Call with Davis and Justin. You're listening to the Sports Drive with Chad Brillante on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
And welcome back. Sports Drive with you on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Simulcast each and every day here on Blab TV. If these songs sound familiar, it's because you're a fan of pirate movies, and that's what we're working with right now. That's where we're going on this. This is a classic Hans Zimmer. I know this is right up your...
This virus has got to go away
so
I can get back on my computer.
This is a classic Hans Zimmer song right here for you, right here.
Is this all Mike Leach is going to run out to?
This is, all of this right here.
All of it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what's happening?
This is when the people are starting to get pumped. If it happens.
Let's not disappoint them like that for what we're about to get into.
No. If this doesn't pump you up. No, okay, so our conversation earlier, we were talking about, minor league baseball right now, and one of the things right now locally, and we're the home for the Pensacola Blue Wahoos, and proud of it, a team that has brought.
Play in the background?
It's just juicing up right now. Each second you talk louder, it goes louder. So this is adding to the intensity of this story. It's actually not a good story, so I was going to say this is not like game-winning home run or anything like that. Okay, so we know at this point though that all of minor league baseball, when it comes to MILB or if it came to spring training, these athletes are underneath Major League Baseball and the organization's decision, which is now the decision across America. This is not something at first people were fighting against different things. Oh, no, we'll stay open, this. Now, everybody has come pretty much together. I'm not sure. Do you think Alaska has done anything? Not 100% on that. I don't feel like Alaska has been one of the big kind of stories out there. But
no.
Have you read?
I will right now. I'm on it.
Google fingers, can we get that? I know Alaska. What I know right now is they did elect a mayor, actually, of a city out there. You can Google that. Cat mayor. I would be the guy that would Google this. There is a cat that is a mayor of a city. Important things happening out there, folks.
Check out the Anchorage Daily News and see what's going on.
And then please check out that cat mayor, so it doesn't
cat
sound.
mayor. Let me get that going.
Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to what's important here.
In Alaska.
Get back to what's important here. But I have to say though, for the folks out there, and an interesting article in the Wall Street Journal.
Stubbs the cat.
Stubbs the cat.
Stubbs the cat
is the mayor. Yeah. All right. We can end the show if we want right now. But they might not have the coronavirus, but they have a cat as a mayor. So ultimately, they have more problems.
There's a theme here.
Yes, there's a theme going on. Now, minor league teams are hit. There's a great article in the Wall Street Journal. Dave Hoxing left this for us here. Very interesting about how a lot of people will, when Major League Baseball returns, Major League Baseball is going to be okay. But the MLB gets huge numbers from revenue sharing, from TV deals, from sponsorships, from Fox, from ESPN, from ABC, all the different channels. The MLB Network. All of these, they bring in a revenue, and that's why you can have a $300 million pitcher or a guy that's getting paid these ridiculous prices like paying Albert Pujols until he's 42 years old. $25-30 million a year, which is not a smart move, but that's what's happening. And he earned it if you want to look at what he did before. Most consistent. If you look at Albert Pujols' numbers, there's never been a person in the history of Major League Baseball, and I'm saying this across the board, never been someone from day one all the way to when he ended with one team, St. Louis, that was more consistent with one team his entire career. Just next you're Googling Albert Pujols' career for St. Louis. It was like 15 years of like every year was 43, 120, and a 310 average. I mean, he was the man for a long time. So let's not just remember the guy that's getting beat up on a double play ball, hit to shortstop, and he gets thrown out on a double play by about 9 feet. Let's not remember that guy, or the DH. But I do have to say, though, when it comes to minor league baseball and the Blue Wahoos right now, they still have to find a way to find money for their players and these athletes because they're part of the system, and also keep their doors and all the expenses. They want to keep their staff. And Quint Studer, who's done a ton for this community when it comes to just look at downtown, one of the number one cities in America. We beat out Delray Beach for the biggest city when it comes to strong towns in America. When it comes to the growth of downtown, when it comes to what we've seen with the Blue Wahoo Stadium and UWF football to win a national title in our own backyard. People like Quint and Rishi Studer have done so much to change that, and so many people in this city that do more important things each and every day than that we do, in which we help a lot with the community outside of this show, but we come up here and we get to talk sports. But the Blue Wahoos have been a great partner and a great team, and we love covering the games and being down there and adding people like Bill Valona and having Davis Allen and folks do the riding the pine, and we love to be part of that. But we understand things are bigger than sports right now. We've all come to that conclusion. Look, before I get on air here, I'm sitting at home, and I'm loving getting to spend time with family. I do miss sports. There are a lot of people that realize that you're connecting more with family. But then there's other times where you want to grab a beer and you want to watch the game, and there are some people that they got 10 kids. I got one really cool 4-year-old that we have a big backyard and we get to play. It gets to that point, though, where minor league baseball is going to be really hurt. Blue Wahoo Stadium is not like what you see on Government Street in Mobile. You played for University of Mobile. You know that area better than I do even. And you know for a fact that Hank Aaron Stadium and the Mobile Bay Bears, before they shut that down last year they're not getting the type of support. And a lot of these teams, they're not going to be able to survive in these cities. Pensacola is one of the lucky ones that will. And some of them that have been there for a while will get the team support. But right now they're doing curbside pickup. They're doing things where you can pull up and you can get a meal from their concession stand. Major League Baseball ballparks don't have to do that. The Braves don't have to do that. Teams like the Colorado Rockies in Coors Field, they don't have to do that. Minor League Baseball teams do. So the next time you're looking and saying, yeah, I could pick up a buy one, get one, a BOGO at a bunch of ballpark Franks down at Publix or a place like Winn-Dixie, that's great. And people are going to continue to do that. I'm not changing culture. I'm not going to change people and their decisions. But if you can go down and get a $10 meal for your family or $20 and spend for you and your son and, the people in the car to get yourself a meal and pick it up, it's not that you're eating ballpark food. Like, I do know a couple people that would go to the movie theater and not see a movie just to get popcorn because they love that butter popcorn. I actually know like 2 or 3 people that did that. This isn't like that. You're actually going there because every dollar means that much because they still have to get that money, and they're not getting that revenue share plan that Major League Baseball gets with the billions of dollars on TV endorsements. They don't do that. They don't get that. And it's going to be hard for a lot of minor league baseball teams to survive. And looking at these numbers in the Wall Street Journal, we're going to post this on ESPN Pensacola's Facebook page. But this is it's a great article. And it just shows that there's a lot of, when it comes to small businesses that are crushed, baseball's not away from that as well. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I know we got about a minute. If you want to come back, I'll let you continue. That was a long speech. I just want to give you time on this. I wanted to cut you off after. Is that cool? All right. Sorry about that. Look outside the room. Sorry, the connection and all that. I just rambled for way too long. So, all right. When we come back, we'll hear JP, baseball enthusiast outside the glass, his take. We're coming back for more Sports Drive, ESPN Pensacola, and Blab TV.
Bowling is a sport that will last you a lifetime, and at Cordova Lanes on Airport Boulevard, every night there is something exciting happening. Like on Tuesday and Thursday, it's penny a pin. Bowl 100, pay $1. Or how about starting your weekend off right by reserving a lane for just $25 at Moonlight Bowling. Enjoy a fresh-made pizza and the lowest pitcher prices in Pensacola. So what are you waiting for? It's time to roll your way into Cordova Lanes and experience fun like never before.
Just felt there's a huge need in Pensacola to bring foot and ankle services, specifically orthopedic foot and ankle services, to this area. There's so much growth in Pensacola. I wanted a freestanding orthopedic foot and ankle center to do this, and as far as I can tell, this is the only one really in the country that's freestanding. Most orthopedic surgeons are part of a multi-specialty group. So we offer on-site x-rays, on-site CT scan, and on-site MRI. They can come to one place.
Visit NielsenOrthopedics.com to reserve your appointment today.
Whether you're a company driver looking to take your career to the next level or a current owner-operator in need of a change, Schneider has the opportunities you need to be a successful business owner. Schneider's lease programs include van, truckload, tanker, and port dray options. Pick the freight you want to haul from our private load board and get home when you want. Take advantage of Schneider's discounts on expenses like fuel and tires through the Purchase Power program. Learn more about starting or growing your business at SchneiderOwnerOperators.com.
Introducing a new podcast, ESPN Daily, hosted by me, Mina Kimes. When you want to go beyond your feed, when you want to get inside the score, when you want to get behind the highlight, there's ESPN Daily. Go deeper into the stories of the moment. Get the exclusive access and insider perspective
that only ESPN can give you.
The best sports story all day, 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week.
ESPN Daily. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Guys, waking up over and over to pee is not okay. But now, you can reduce those nighttime bathroom trips with the ingredients in Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced. We're talking about less urges to pee at night, less bathroom trips during the day, and better bladder emptying. It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one. You can try a full 30-day bottle of P3 Advanced, free. Just pay shipping and handling. No strings attached, no obligations, and no commitments to buy. This is a 30-day supply, absolutely free. Call 1-800-253-7136. Super Beta Prostate is the best-selling brand in major retailers like Walmart. But for this no-strings-attached free bottle, you must call now. Call 1-800-253-7136. Don't miss out on this unprecedented free offer. Call 1-800-253-7136. 1-800-253-7136.
The greatest name in sports radio is ESPN. Wherever you have Alexa, you can hear ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Just say,
Alexa, enable ESPN Pensacola 1330 skill.
Coming up on Sports Call this Saturday, Jason Fitz from First Take Your Take will be joining us to discuss the sports world with coronavirus. Plus, we'll be sharing with you our top 5 sports venues. That's Sports Call this Saturday with Davis and Justin on ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
the teams, the games, the fans, the local talk. This is ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
None of that's happening right now, by the way.
That's what you think.
This would be good to know, like somebody in an underground club that also has been tested with everybody down there.
First rule of the underground club.
First rule
you never
is
speak of the underground club.
No, first rule is you
play Sandstorm.
Need to go get a swab test or a rapid test kit and make sure. And then that underground place is really cool. Really cool.
Or just drink a lot.
Any
place can be your club.
That's right.
If you drink enough.
That's exactly right. There's somebody that's going to have enough out there.
Or has had enough.
Well, it takes one beer to get me drunk. Just not sure if it's the 15th or 16th. I will say, though, it's at this point there is a look. If you're self-medicating at home, that's fine. Do what you got to do right now.
Well, if you've been self-medicated
before
all this.
If you're the guy self-medicating going 3 miles per hour, and I only came up with 3 because I don't even know if that even registers. Except one of those like old Hyundai cars that shows up. My dad had one of those electronically, shows up on the miles per hour. But the fancy, very fancy there. But I have to say, the guy going 3 miles per hour right in front of Davis on Davis Highway, right there by the Big Lots. Grandma, I told you, get back in the house. It's just not didn't need to be on the road at all. And I almost wanted to play bumper pool with them. If I had like a big one of those huge trucks with the lift, I would have just.
You would.
I would be the guy.
I can't imagine you in one of those trucks.
I would definitely knock somebody off the road like that.
I can't imagine you in a truck.
And I would do that with a smile for humanity. Because that person probably doesn't need to be on the road or doing anything if you're going 3 miles per hour.
Would you do that with a smile going to prison?
Although I would.
You got in
my
there.
rule would be in court, I'd say, look, lock me up for whatever. I get to FaceTime my kids and my family for a little while. But that person's coming with me because they need to get off the roads. An eye for an eye. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
Let's go ahead and yikes to the person driving 3 miles per hour. We're missing the point here. We're missing the point here. We're missing the point. He needs to get off the road.
I don't think that works for an eye for an eye.
Get him out of here.
It considers road rage there.
What they're doing is going to cause road rage.
For you to say an eye for an eye. Oh, boy.
They don't have eyes to start with, or they wouldn't be driving 3 miles per hour. Let's go ahead and get to minor league baseball and the big hit it's going to take. It will.
Well, I know we only got like 30 seconds, but
No, we got a little more than that.
Just making up time.
Eye for an eye here, brother.
No, I think the biggest thing in all this, I know it's going to be so tough for minor league players and things like that. These guys aren't millionaires, but I think overall, look, what you were saying earlier, the buy one get one here at grocery stores and things like that. Well, look,
BOGOs, yeah.
People are going to do that, but if you have the money to spend a little extra, of course, a lot of people are they don't have a lot of money right now, and you're preparing for what we imagine could last a while. But if you do have that income, go help these people out, because we're all in this together. We're not saying everybody go do it. If you don't have the money to do it, don't. But just think about that. If you've got maybe it's just once a week or something like that, go support these people, because like I said, we're all going through this right now. It's tough, but help out when you can.
Just as we said, if you're driving under 10 miles per hour, eye for an eye. Is that what you take from this? Is
that's what you
collectively?
Said.
That's the point we're trying to make here.
That's what you
go support the Blue Wahoos.
This is ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM and 99.1 FM, the only local station that talks sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From Gullick and Wingo to the Sports Drive with Chad Brillante. Plus talk football with Coach K at noon, sports call every Saturday. If you'd like to partner with us as an advertiser or a promotional partner, just give us a call at 262-6000.
You're listening to ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. All sports, all the time. WEBY, Milton, Pensacola.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Coming up on the Sports Drive, we're going to break down a little into the NFL, an oasis of love, passion, and Mel Kiper's 3.0.
Emmitt Smith has just become the NFL's all-time leading rusher. Across the middle, it is caught for the first. It's Baldwin shaking free and sprinting down the sideline for the touchdown. His third of the day. Doug Baldwin.
Derek Brooks, who ran back 3 interceptions for touchdowns in the regular season, does it to cement the Super Bowl. Boxing's elite, the new WBA heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr. Both been beaten. The result has come up on screens that Gatlin's taken it. Goodness me, it was a blue American vest, 992 for Gatlin. 992 by the American champion to take gold.
Another Watson is wearing a green jacket at Augusta. And this time, his name is Bubba. Scores on a 34-yard touchdown run by the Doak Walker Award winner, Trent Richardson, who broke a lot of Emmitt Smith's records back in Pensacola, Florida.
And welcome back. Sports Drive with you right here on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Simulcast each and every day here on Blab TV. As we're having some fun with you, JP, sort of alongside here. More Crash over here. But quarantined outside, keeping our 6 feet and keeping everything safe is JP. What's happening? Aisha's back here in Network Studio doing a great job for Blab TV. Thank you. As, hey, look. We're here. We're here talking sports. lot to get to today on this.
A lot to get to.
NCAA, way to come out strong. And Trevor Lawrence, good person of humanity. The NCAA has shut down what he was trying to do to work right now. He started a GoFundMe account.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay, please.
NCAA statement. The NCAA did not ask Trevor Lawrence to take down his fundraiser for COVID-19 patients and their families. We continue to work with member schools so they have the flexibility to ensure that student athletes and communities impacted by this illness are supported, and we applaud Trevor for his efforts.
What?
That's a real thing. That's a statement.
Okay, so who shut it down?
I don't know. I have no idea. We got to figure this out.
Trevor Lawrence and his girlfriend started she's pretty. Okay, Trevor Lawrence and his girlfriend started, focus. Reel him back in here. Reel him back in. I can't now, sorry. It's quarantine stuff. Trevor Lawrence and his girlfriend started a GoFundMe page to try to help the coronavirus victims. NCAA ruled it needed to be shut down. Now, so is the NCAA, the NCAA, and I have in this business, we have a long list of things that we could go down a path of why the NCAA has made terrible decisions. This is not just the NCAA also has done a lot of good things. They meaning that they.
You're struggling.
I'm struggling right now, but they've created over years a sports that go down a path, like individual teams and coaches. I know.
For that, and the NCAA was like, yeah.
They take a lot of money from networks to bring us good sports. There we go. Something? Eye for an eye? I don't know what to say outside of we do like NCAA sports, and they have people that work for NCAA sports, and let's go.
Great argument, Chad.
There we go.
Great job.
Let's make that happen right there.
Perfect.
But so they shut down, and the NCAA has come out and said they had nothing to do with it?
Yep, they made a statement.
What kind of other scumbag would have just done that for no reason and then just been sitting there? No, I'm not talking about who would have just done that for the fun of it. Oh, this guy's trying to help people. Let's get this knocked out.
Did Trevor ever make that statement? Was Trevor who's the one that said they shut it down? That's what I want to know. If Trevor said it, then I believe him. But if it's just some random story, I don't know. I don't know why anybody would make that up. But at this point, maybe we need a story.
There's some pretty good memes right now, though. Of WWF, it says Trevor Lawrence like to raise some money so kids, people don't starve and die, and the NCAA are just like stone cold stunners and stuff like that. There's some good things going out there. But so the NCAA just not true. Be like,
made a statement about it, says it's not true.
It's got to be real then. Everything right now surfacing on the internet is true, so let's keep it at that. Right?
That's what people have to do
right
now.
There. Who wins the award though? For the How Low Can We Go award? Is the person, whoever, that magical creature, that pony out there that shut down the purple dragon that shut down Trevor Lawrence's account, or the people that have decided at this point it was a good idea for Ole Miss? And I have a lot of friends and people that went to the University of Mississippi. So Hugh Freeze and I were on a little bit of a deal in Detroit. Cell phones went wrong. I don't know what happened after that. I lost coverage. There was no bars. It went to a 3G, and I don't know what happened, but we were in the middle of a phone call. It was a phone call. It was one of those you can get 3 people in on the phone, and it was me, and it was Hugh Freeze, and it was Cinnamon, and then it just went south. The conversation went south. I did not hear anything from there. I don't know what happened to him. Someone said he's at Liberty on hospital beds, whatever. But this is even lower than that. Right now, currently, Ole Miss is going after people. They're poaching people, they're not for recruiting.
That's what they do.
Well, in a way, they're recruiting. They're straight shooters. Joe Ford actually sent me this article earlier, and awkward. I started to read. And during a time when people are if you're sending articles, right now is not the right time to be part of something that is going south because people have way too much time on their hands to sit there and focus. We're in the hustle bustle of life. You might got off a long day at work. You unbutton the tie. You go home, tuck in the kids. You sit there, you watch your games, and the next day you wake up and the next thing comes around. But the NCAA, or University of Mississippi, they're doing gift planning ideas right now and have been writing pretty much letters to people that are in quarantine or in isolation at this point, people that are older and have a good chance not to make it, pass away. And they're pretty much saying, make sure to keep us in your memories as you write your will.
And by memories,
so people on ventilators and their families they're writing them letters and at home when they get Nana's in the hospital right now on one of those ventilators that nobody can find right now, and you have to come home because you still have to run back and forth because you got kids, you maybe had a babysitter come in, who knows what's happening. You come home and you get a letter in the mail, and it says something like this: Dear Timothy, there is a common expression that change is the only constant in life. We often experience this with our careers, our residences, and even our families. Sometimes situations change around us and developments in our health. And financial landscape presents new challenges. In those times, it is beneficial to consider revisiting the content of your will. This is from this isn't a family member sending this. This isn't like the nasty uncle that knows he's going to get left out of the billionaire's fortune. like his name's like Ricky Vanderbilt. He doesn't go with one of those prominent names like Hans or one of those people like Wilford. There are some names that you think of and you think that they're bigger, you know? I don't see like a Vinny Vanderbilt out there or one of those, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We understand, you know. I almost had a couple other ones right there. I'm not going to go down. But when it comes to women named Bambi Rockefeller, you know, like that, I don't see these names out there. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Might be a Bambi Rockefeller. If you're named Bambi, that's pretty cool. But if you, in those times, it is beneficial to consider the content of your will, especially if it's designed years ago and now needs attention, just like your home, your estate, and your regular bills and maintenance. Now they have compared themselves to the same class as your family, your estate, and everything around it. Not like, hey, we would love to be part. I know you're a loyal alum. When you're making these decisions for the health of your family, for your estate, and for your future, remember that place that you got a B+ on your science test. Please.
Hotty toddy.
Hey, if someone called me right now about a fake national title, they knew I had it. Might give them $1. By adding a bequest in your will, you guarantee the priorities in life that are matched to your legacy. They'll get you like a bumper sticker on the back of the cars. You know, like when people are getting ticketed because they have late fines because they parked for 2 seconds and ran in to drop off a form at the main building, classroom 401C, and then ran back out, and they already had a ticket on their car. If you've ever lived on campus, it doesn't really matter where you were going to get ticketed, even if you're like the best human being in the world. Some will even get booted. But I will have to say, though, a bequest included a provision in your will is the simplest, most efficient way to distribute your estate, if providing future generations will be educated by this. Somebody had the big, huge cojones to write this, had the stone throwing competitions, probably on the Ocho, to write this to people right now that are dealing with the crisis.
Have you seen the people that support Ole Miss?
I have seen that. There's hottie totties out there. Wills. There's plenty of hottie totties. I got some really good people. That's what I'm saying. I got some really good people out there listening. I know a lot of the people out there that are Ole Miss people.
These people got the stones.
Well, if they could guarantee at the end of that we could consider Lane Kiffin going 9-3, and that your basketball team would make the NCAA tournament under Kermit Davis, I think they might sign.
They're going to do it anyway.
Can Kermit get us to 20 wins? Can't guarantee that.
By the way.
Can Lane get us to one of the New Year's 6? We can do that. Give me the pen. Give me the pen. Grandpa, hurry up. Hurry up. This is what it's come to right here.
Jeffrey D. giving us the facts here. This is why it's always good to have Jeffrey D. on board with us.
What facts?
With Clemson.
Okay.
So Clemson's compliance department shut it down. They were the first ones to shut it down. The NCAA found out, stepped in, and made an exception to the rule.
Okay.
The way the rule was written, it was a violation. This is Jeffrey D. talking. The NCAA actually did the right thing by making the exception. Clemson was just following the rule book at the time. So there we go. I tell you what, Jeffrey D., we appreciate that. That's what it's all about.
Well, in a nutshell, Clemson is underneath the NCAA's wing, but no, it wasn't. The NCAA in this case actually was the good guy.
Right.
So,
just
look.
There we go.
I've said it's okay to.
You seem disappointed. You wanted the NCAA to just be.
Well, so far I have condoned vehicular manslaughter and somebody going under the speed limit today with a truck, and also condoned an eye for an eye, and also now thrown a complete rant against somebody that actually did the right thing. So we have, this is so okay,
great.
all right.
This is one of our better.
But what's great about this, and I hope everybody that understands this, while we are showing up to work and we're here, we understand there's still risk. For our age, I understand that it's not as high, but look, we're taking this serious. We like to joke and have fun, but JP and I know walking through the building that, everybody takes on a risk to a point. But I don't feel that people out there listening, they do understand when we mess up or we screw up. Though, we admit and have fun. I'm not going to go down with the ship, the NCAA. Yeah, the NCAA still has made a lot of awful moves, but in this case, they were right. And you know what? Clemson was trying to. Clemson should have probably thought this one through too. Just based on, they should have put the ball in the NCAA's court to be like, okay, if the NCAA does this and shuts it down, they look a lot worse because now this story getting back to them makes Clemson look worse. I mean, anybody right now that would take time out of their day to shut something down of that magnitude, not like my grandpa has symptoms of the coronavirus and I need to get him a new pair of boots, or he runs a great moonshine place out there and now that he's not, Pappy's not here, I need to start helping his business. None of that. If you want to donate to that, there's a lot of people out there that are in need. At a time like this, a ton of people. We're in need. We don't have sports right now, and we have tons of sponsors. But I'm not going to sit here and ask people. I'm always, look, in this market and everything I've done throughout the years, and you've changed jobs, and we've been through a lot building, and the opportunities to be here today. It hasn't been a simple. Come on, people. Well, but people that are needing to help right now on a broad term, on a broad perspective, which Trevor was doing, that kind of stuff. That stuff needs to be kept up, and people need to understand.
We have to understand, though, everybody did what they were supposed to. Clemson did the right thing shutting it down because here's the thing. So if Clemson doesn't shut this down, the NCAA finds out about it. Let's say that the NCAA is not so nice about it, and something happens, and you're talking about violations on their end. And think about it now. You have to. Chad, you can shake your head all you want.
Chuck Norris just did a broken neck right now.
Clemson is not in the position to lose any kind of, whether it be
you're right on that. You're right.
Skepticism going on
because they're at the top. You're right. You're right.
And here's the thing: if they shut it down, and like the NCAA found out about it, and they said we'll make an exception to that rule because of what it's for, they would believe it's in good standing, and they changed it there, so everybody's covered at this point. But I think here, if anything, the Clemson shutting it down should have kind of halted some rumors and all this. I think this all happened so fast. Of course, everybody's looking for something. At this point, I think what Trevor did was the right thing, of course, but I think everybody here, there's nobody at fault in all this because guess what? He gets to go continue this campaign. So there's going to be money continue to be raised. Everything's going to be okay. I think this was a bunch of let's wait a second, step back and find out what the truth is, and then move forward. But I get it. I get it from all aspects. I'm not faulting Clemson for doing it because, look, the last thing you want to do is be on the bad side of the NCAA right now. So everything worked out for the better of it all, so it's all good.
And, Jeff, if you're out there listening, any of our co-hosts or anybody of our callers, you're sitting around the couch or you're watching on TV or you're listening in, driving around right now, 99.1, 1330 AM, and you want to weigh in, 850-623-1330. Look, we can't have you in the studio this week. That's only for Crash, who obviously clearly has something right now going on with his eyes, the mascot for the San Antonio Spurs, and JP outside the window. So if you want to be part of it, because I would like to see if there's the other side. That story literally read it walking into the doors and sent you guys that, It's too much stuff going on right now. Facebook, just reading the headlines. I'm doing exactly what I said not to. Read the headlines and not the paper on that one. Now, Timothy and this article that was sent today at Ole Miss, I would like to see if there's another side to that.
Smart move on their part.
I mean, if they get money out of it, these people who are hiding behind the...
they have nothing to lose.
No, they don't. And somebody signs it at the bottom, one of those, looks like a feather pen, and they move on with their business. But right now, it does seem too soon to be sending. Hey, look,
not really though.
They're making moves. Shooter's going to shoot that, right? These guys are going to make moves right now. That's when Joe sent me this article. I started to read it, and I was wondering if there was a silver lining to it, like if this guy was one of the past chancellors or something. No, they're doing this to all of them out there.
Yeah.
Like people right now are sending in, not asking about student loans getting paid back or anything like that in this time. How can we get to people around the country that have been in Oxford, who have tailgated in the Grove, who have been down there having a chant at Vaught Hemingway and saying some hotty-toddy, watch that smiling black bear that they hated, sang a little Dixie, and now we're getting whistled at trying to change their will at the moment of being on a ventilator.
What you don't realize is actually that signature looks kind of similar to Lane Kiffin, so
that's
may have been him. Saying.
Seeing, what is this? Robert Kimdichi? Oh, no. Okay, looking right now at some of the stuff we talked about from the Ocho that's been on this week. Out of the three that I'm going to give you right now, Electrician National Championship, shocking upsets, a National Stone Skipping Competition. Do you have the stones to do that? And the World Sign Spinning title. Which one of those? You got an hour tonight. That's all you got. before you get the letter from Ole Miss. You got an hour left.
Give me
Ole Miss sending you a letter to get the wheel
most
change.
Dangerous one, the electrician.
You going with the electrician on that?
I am. I got to go with it.
Which one would you want to compete in? I might do the stone skipping one.
I do the stone skipping.
Because I actually would be pretty good at that. The sidearm. That's what you have to do when you're skipping.
It depends on the conditions. If you got waves,
if you're overheading it, Josh Colementor style.
Just one.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I picked the most ridiculous mechanical. But if you're doing that, yeah. Colementor, he didn't make it long with that. It was.
The changeup was nasty.
It was nasty.
It was filthy.
It just looked like a robot.
Yeah.
Coming back for more Sports Drive, ESPN Pensacola and Blab TV.
Ranger Station.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to report a bear sighting in the forest. 1 second, I'm having a smoke. Next thing I know, I'm face-to-face with Smokey Bear. Wow. And he told me it only takes one spark to start a wildfire.
Did you know 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans?
I had no idea.
That's why Smokey's famous and you're not. If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Jackson Pace Pharmacy has exciting news for ED patients. Viagra 100 milligram generic is finally here. Get it today. 30 tablets for $80, less than $3 a pill. You heard right. Viagra 100 milligram generic is less than $3 a tablet. A prescription from your doctor is required, so stop by Jackson Pace Pharmacy and cash in on the savings today. 2256 West 9 Mile Road in Pensacola.
For your ESPN Pensacola ridiculous stats, I'm JP. Among Ted Williams' many records, he set a student gunnery record as a World War II pilot. The test emphasized reflexes, coordination, and visual reaction time and still stood as of 2002. There have been 3 Olympic Games held in countries that no longer exist. Only 72 players in NBA history have attempted more free throws in their careers than the over 5,300 Shaquille O'Neal missed. Sorry, Big Diesel. These are your ESPN Pensacola ridiculous stats. I'm JP.
When working at a growing business, you wear many hats. The new business hat, the buying toner for the copy machine hat, the sifting through tons of resumes hat. You can throw away that last hat thanks to Indeed.com. When posting your job, Indeed lets you add screener questions that give you a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates. So go ahead, dust off that extra long lunch hat. Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
What if people had a battery level icon? Like on your phone? You'd see a lot of us in need of a recharge. Thank goodness there's 5-Hour Energy. Because just one sugar-free, vitamin-packed 5-Hour Energy shot can get you all the way back to 100% fast. And isn't life better at 100%? 5-Hour Energy. Get back to 100%. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
There's only one name in town when it comes to afternoon local sports talk. The Sports Drive with Chad Brilliante.
Some athletes don't want to be given... nobody does. No, look, when you play with your pops as it gets older, one of the most embarrassing things... My daughter's 3. I just slam it right in her face right at the play school hoop. Like right there, like I'm Zion Williamson.
The games, the players, the fans. ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. We do sports, and that's all we do. We're your hometown sports station. ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
And welcome back, Sports Drive, ESPN Pensacola. Grooving back here on this Tuesday. How many of you had to ask the wife or girlfriend, or if you're schizophrenic, just talking to yourself in a room. And how many people this week have wondered, though, what day of the week is it? Am I the only one? I'm not alone on this, am I?
Well, no,
I had asked this today, what day is it again? You know? Because what's your regular routine waking up, whether it's that Tuesday conference call or that Wednesday webinar, whatever you do, you sort of, you get it. You sort of, if you work in sales, you're more structured that way. But most days are days. But when you don't have to show up or throw on those boots, you usually throw on, I know, the sweater vest.
The Uggs.
Stir the mint julep in your hand right there with the
I got the Uggs
the white polo shirt that you wear with the V-neck. And
the white polo
with
shirt
with the sweater V-neck. And the sweater that you wear wrapped.
V-neck white polo?
V-neck polo, yeah. It's the ones with that have the...
You're going way too far.
No, it's the polo shirt that doesn't have the buttons.
You're describing it. I believe you have it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I feel like with the person that wears the shirt that has the collar but doesn't have the buttons, you know what I'm talking about? Like, look at me. You see what I'm saying? Someone's out there wearing that, like, how dare this person? If you're wearing it on the couch, you're really saying that. But, I mean, you never seen that shirt?
I don't believe I have.
Just going to go ahead.
You're going to naysay me for not seeing that shirt? Wow.
You've never seen someone wear a V-neck with a collar. Like Express makes them. Places like Banana Republic.
Well, that's probably
okay.
why.
Okay, I'm just wondering right there.
Go in there.
My grandmother, I'll never forget leaving church, which I should be going to more these days. But I remember I was sitting there, and she looked down. I came back from college, and she go, "Oh my goodness!" Like, you say that in church. She was like, "What's wrong with your jeans?" And I said, "Oh." I was like, "What's wrong?" There was a spider crawling up me or something. And then I looked down, and she was talking about how it got bleached and it had like some of the holes on there.
Shame on you.
I know. And she was like, "Who did that?" And I was like, "Well, actually, they did it and then charged me $30 more." And why would someone do that? I could have done that for free with a box cutter. And I was like, "Yeah, she could have, but." Shut up, Grandma! You're making fun of me now. I don't know what to say. There's really no answer to that. When
Grandma burned.
She dropped the mic right there on me. Well, nothing's better than Frank Caliendo at a time of people need some laughs. You know what's even better than that? Frank Caliendo doing a serious Stephen A. in a Morgan Freeman voice. Just enjoy.
Tweet from Stephen A. Smith. Wash your nasty hands, damn it. And now for something even more ridiculous. When you're out, practice social distancing. Wash your damn hands. Don't be nasty. How about that? Okay? Wash your damn hands. Try not to go near people. Try not to touch people. That shouldn't be hard to do. It really, really shouldn't.
Make sure to wash your hands right there.
The video... You got to see the video to get the whole picture of this thing. It's kind of creepy. I'm not going to lie.
Hands. Don't be nasty. How about that? Okay. Wash your damn hands. Try not to go near people. Try not to touch people.
It does. But the thing is, like, sometimes you got to hear it once, and then you got to soak it in.
From Stephen A. Smith.
Of the three people that are doing
nasty hands.
Because it sounds exactly like Morgan Freeman.
Something even more ridiculous.
But it's exactly the tone of what Stephen A. Smith would do.
How about that? Okay. Wash your damn hands. Try not to go near people. Try not to touch people. That shouldn't be hard.
Did you see Joe Buck, by the way, narrate?
I did see that. He's going with like the backwards hat.
He's horrible even at home.
I think for a guy that's done everything when it comes to calling a World Series for our business. He's done him and Jim Nantz have pretty much got to the top. At one point it was Al Michaels, Bob Costas, guys out there that have done it before, Brent Musburgers of the world. But when it comes down to what Joe Buck does now, he gets all the big games. Him and Troy Aikman, whether it's baseball, all the years of getting to be there. And I have to say that he's almost trying a little too much. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's doing these things now where he's been that one guy that has traveled for so long in broadcasting that he's so used to having something. Remember when Fox got the PGA Championship? Remember that? And they were showing like the ball with the red following it down the. I think it was Whistling Straits. It was the course, and I remember it was one Jordan Spieth won, and they had the rights to it. And Joe Buck was announcing. And you're not used to Joe Buck doing golf, but he always does all of the big sports. So now he's sitting at home and having no sports to do. He probably hasn't done that since he was getting vocal coaches when he couldn't. He had the situation going on. But I have to say at this point, him doing some of these things, it's getting pretty ridiculous out there. Teach is their own and have fun. I'm not going to be one of those guys who go out there and troll what he's doing. I watched it, though, but it really is at that point where it's like, look at me during this time. That's what I saw.
Reminding people?
Reminding people I'm still here wearing like a kid's medium and a backwards hat. Sitting there, still talking in his voice. You've seen me break out after a couple brews into, Boston C.
Yeah.
But not into, I don't sit on the couch and go, Leighton, let's sit here today and wonder if we're doing Paw Patrol or if we're going to go back into Elmo. What do you think? She'd be like, Daddy's scaring me. He's drunk again. Like that would. People need to understand that.
Well, is it
Joe
Paw Patrol
Buck was
or
sitting
Elmo?
there.
I want to know now.
This is a word I would like to say, everybody, as I look at my trophy case. He was going right into it. Just hang out and be a dude.
Is it Paw Patrol or Elmo?
We did both. That's what it's come to right now. It's quarantine time. We're doing both right there.
Double decker right there.
It's letter of the day. Clap, clap.
Okay.
Letter of the day today was C, by the way. Yeah.
All right.
Learned a lot about C. Canaries and many things out there. Cuttlefish. Let's go to talking about what's going on. The NFL draft. Mel Kiper 3.0 mock draft has right now Joe Burrow going 1. I know you wanted to rebuttal on that. There was something you wanted to say on that. He does have Joe Burrow 1 at Cincinnati. The point you were trying to get to?
I didn't know there was a point to this. I think Cincinnati. Look, for people that are.
It's not you were tweeting to me earlier. If Cincinnati. So you're saying they should take Joe Burrow?
Yes, unless here's the thing: is I don't know, because depending on what they would get. Now we know Miami is interested in trading up.
Yeah.
I don't think they will, because Miami is sitting pretty, especially. Look,
but
here's the thing.
We should have one of those, like the couch alerts from Pee Wee Herman. You just said when Miami is sitting pretty. That's sports,
they are.
Sports alert.
Well, they don't have the Patriots to worry about. Now they have the Bills to worry about. But
I'm being salty.
They've made their own good moves this offseason, actually, in free agency, and they still have two or three first-round picks. They have 2 second-round picks. I mean, they're set up pretty good. The thing is, of course, I want to get into this too. Tua's video that surfaced, his 20 seconds.
Wash your damn hands.
Well, I think you should do that too. I agree, Stephen A. But anyway, that kind of just threw me off. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll get this off.
But Tua's video.
That didn't sound right either. But
people, here's the thing. I think we overreact a little bit to Tua's video. Him throwing the football. Well, this is something, of course, he was cleared to do. Earlier in the month and everything. I didn't think throwing a football would be any different. I think it's a good sign for him. I'm not naysaying the guy, but at the same time, there's so much that goes involved into this, and I think it's going to be so tough for a guy like Tua. I think they'll still take him in the draft. I think they'll still take him early, but I think it's even more risk now because the Dolphins tried to invite him into their camp, but the NFL, the facilities closed down. They didn't get him in there in time. So now you kind of have to go off of these virtual things. I know there's one more test, one more scan they're supposed to do before the draft. So here we're at. I think it's so tough. I know, Chad, you've said before, if Tua's healthy, who is better than Tua? Well, the stats he's put up, and I agree with that. I think here, though, with everything that has happened.
Let me, before someone takes that the wrong way, Joe Burrow right now is better than Tua. But outside of that, who is better than Tua?
But if Tua never would have gotten injured, then you're arguing about.
You are arguing that. I agree.
If somebody was to say, I'll take Tua number 1, you wouldn't argue with it. You could see both sides of that. But here's the thing. He did get hurt, and now there's so much indecision on it. There's so much, what is it? Where normally he would have his pro days coming up in April. He would be able to do that. Of course, that's canceled. All this is in question now. With that being said, I think that's why you're hearing the rumors of, well, it may not be rumors, but of Miami willing to trade up to number 1. Now, for Cincinnati, people would say you're crazy if you do that because you've got your guy that could be your franchise quarterback for 10 years. That I'm not naysaying that. I'm not saying that they would be crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you can get 3 guys in the first 2 rounds, and with 2 of those guys being in the first round, and you get a second-round pick out of that, that's 3 top-tier guys you're going to add to your team right now. I understand, it's still the quarterback position, but if you could still get that quarterback like a Tua at number 5, well, that makes you think if you're Cincinnati for a minute now. Because you're like, well, wait a minute, we can still get one of the 2 best quarterbacks in this, and we get another first-round pick, and we get a second-round pick for this. This is something to think about. So this is, the mock draft, I get it, and, he can't predict what's going to happen here. I still think the Lions are not going to take Okudah at number 3. It may be 5 or 6 or whatever, because I think right now, if anything, the Dolphins will trade up to number 3 to assure they can get Tua here. I don't think they make the move to get Joe Burrow. I think they're going to be happy with Tua. I think the video for some people is good news for them, but I think with everything that's going so well with Tua, the Dolphins, they're hearing more than we are. They're seeing more than we are. They're getting a lot of stuff that we aren't. So I think with them still being up there, I think they're going to take him, but I don't think it's going to be number 5. I think if the Lions are smart, they can get a little extra out of here. They definitely need it. And I don't think you take –
If the Lions are smart.
I don't think you take Okudah at number 3 depending on what's available. I think you'd be stupid to not see if somebody will trade you for that and get more, because even if they go down to number 5, nobody I think is going to take Okudah, so you can still get that guy and add another pick.
I would never take a cornerback for a lot of reasons. I would never take a cornerback in the top 5. That's my opinion.
Jeremy's down here.
I'm not a.
Quit yelling, Jeremy. He didn't mean it.
That's all right. You got Chase Young. You got 2 of them.
That's true.
Yeah. Share the wealth, buddy. Share the wealth. Look, if they're in the state of Ohio right now, they might not be able to get out for a while. I mean, but I will say, Chase Young and Jeff Okudah. How many? By the way, on that note, how many people are really ticking you off, like with the photos of like March 15th that they took a trip to like Tahiti? Guys, hope you're better back there. You're like, you son of a, like, not that they knew this, but they had planned that vacation around spring break, and now they're like, we're not coming back for a little while.
They don't have a choice.
Like, all right, well, good.
Maybe stuck a little longer than they want to be.
Quarantined in Fiji out there. One of those umbrella drinks. Yeah, I'm like,
that $6,000 vacation will turn into a $50,000 vacation.
Well, yeah, but they're like, oh, whatever. Why not have that business? Let's get those black cards out here.
You're going to go broke out of the country.
But I have to say, I know you were alluding to this point when you were breaking down, but from all of us out there, happy birthday to The Undertaker.
That's actually
that's where you were going on that. Turns 55. One of the best right there. Remember the cage match against
Still young.
Right there against Mankind?
He is the cage.
That's where you were going with this. Happy birthday to The Undertaker. We're coming back. And Peyton Manning, too. Someone's like, why'd you start with that? Is this Undertaker, baby. I'm more afraid of that guy.
Keep him happy.
Peyton Manning, just smile.
Undertaker at a time like this, yeah, keep him happy.
Just smile.
Football season never ends on Talk Football with Coach K.
Stidham is tearing it up at New England. He may well be the incumbent to Tom Brady there.
Former head coach of the Buffalo Bills, Coach K brings his expertise as he breaks down the game, the players, the coaches, and the front office. Plus, high-profile interviews from the biggest names in football. Talk Football with Coach K every weekday from noon till 1 on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 FM 99.1.
JP here with Talk Football and the Sports Drive. At ESPN Pensacola, we're hometown proud. We love our hometown heroes like Super Bowl champion and NFL Hall of Famer Derek Brooks.
The Super Bowl, and they're trying to win it for us. 3rd down, 18. Dropping Gannon, looking Gannon. Throws up the middle. It's intercepted at the 40. Derek Brooks 30. Brooks to the 25, 20. Derek Brooks all the way.
This is former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Washington High School alum, Derek Brooks. You listen to ESPN Pensacola.
JP here. At ESPN Pensacola, we are hometown proud. Like the greatest pound-for-pound boxer of all time, Roy Jones Jr.
3-time light heavyweight world champion and former heavyweight champion of the world, future Hall of Fame legend, Roy Jones Jr.
What up? This is your boy Roy Jones Jr. and you're listening to ESPN Pensacola.
Hear ye, hear ye. I bringeth thee a message from a message from the king and his new trumpeter, Stephen. The king wishes me to convey his favor to thine team and thine tailgate. Not yet. He invites thee to let the Bud Light flow forth. And he also wishes me to tell thee that he toasts thee. Waiteth until the end, Stephen! With game day's favorite light lager and the slogan of his kingdom. Go! Dilly dilly!
Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB, St. Louis, Missouri.
What do I cherish? Precious moments watching Dad read to my little Eric. That's why I'm so grateful I insisted on an eye exam when I noticed him struggling with the words on the page. We found out Dad has age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. Luckily, the doctor caught it in time for treatment, so Dad can still read. Protect yourself and your loved ones. Call the Foundation Fighting Blindness today at 1-800-254-6552 for a free packet on preventing and managing AMD. That's 1-800-254-6552.
First Take, your take.
with Jason Fitz.
Remember, it's not that long ago the 76ers over-exceeded expectations in the playoffs, right? So suddenly it became they are the future and the future is now. Trust the process became this thing that works. Now they've hit a wall. And it's staggering to me to hear Embiid talk about he doesn't know if he's getting the ball. And Horford to say, we've got issues in the locker room, but we'll keep that private. Guess what? You just made them public.
1 to 2 weekday afternoons on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
You can watch Chad on the Sports Drive live right now on our YouTube channel at ESPN Pensacola 1330.
Tweet from Stephen A. Smith. Wash your neck.
This is a good song right now. Don't for that. Welcome back, Sports Drive. This is the song. What I've realized is YouTube will follow whoever is logged in to their email account, and this is the song we play for Leighton when we're getting her ready for bed and all. That's what people are getting ready. This is Somewhere Over the Rainbow on a ukulele. Welcome back, Sports Drive, ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Somebody's had a long day. That just put him out for the count. Look, let's go to our phone lines. 850-623-1330. And on the phone calling in, he used to be one of the guests sitting right by us based on 6 feet rule and not being in the same room as we see Buster outside. Jeffrey D. joins us on the phone. Jeff, what's happening, my friend, besides what is not much happening, I'm sure, for you and everybody else?
Not much, eh? I see JP back there. He looks good behind the glass.
Does he take that as a compliment?
Yeah, he's waving now. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird time. Strange times. We, especially us sports fans, I'm not sure what's going to kill me first, coronavirus or not being able to watch any sports for the next few months.
It's been pretty tough. Have you been one of those people that has gone and sank to the bottom pits, as I did, of watching table tennis in Russia?
Yeah, I've watched cricket.
Okay, thank you.
Rugby,
thank you. There's somebody else out there.
Table tennis, some kind of weird game where they use a volleyball on a ping pong table.
Yes, that one wasn't bad right there. That was Maxi Games or whatever?
Moxie Games.
Moxie Games, yeah. Yeah, that one's...
Yeah, back, you guys are too young to remember, but back in 1979, ESPN cranked up. And they used to fill it was 24/7, but they filled the wee morning hours with all sorts of kind of trash sports. But what they did do was, board sailing and windsurfing, and there was a guy from Pensacola, Tom Pace, who was as good as anybody in the world, and so he got some run and some airtime back then.
Nice. Well, Jeff, when it comes down to the NFL draft, right now, before we went to break, we were talking about cornerbacks and looking at the I still believe that if you have a chance to get an elite quarterback, you have to have a chance. Now, with Tua, you have to take that chance is what I meant to say. But with Tua, we're not sure if he's going to be 100%. I still think there are plenty of teams out there that it's not – the risk is worth the reward of what you can get if you're a team. And a lot of these teams have been waiting forever. These aren't teams that have popped up on the list recently but have had success rates. There are some teams that go 11-5 and then they have a bad season. Hence the Atlanta Falcons. They're one of those teams that has a good year and then a bad year. But there are some teams that have lived with the struggles. Pretty much the struggle has been real from day one about 30 years ago when people were born and they've been a fan of that team. Now, I'll sit here and say the Miami Dolphins are one of those teams that since the days of Dan Marino, it would be worth them to take a risk on Tua at number 5.
I agree completely, Chad. I agree completely that it'd be worth the risk. Tua could get hurt. Yeah, he's, been compared to porcelain. And every time someone hits him or blows on him, he breaks. But
there's a reason porcelain's expensive, too. To flip the script on that.
Exactly, but it's not as expensive as Tua. If Tua can stay healthy, that would be a just tremendous pick. And I agree with you. I think that the only way you're going to win the Super Bowl or even make the playoffs if you're if you're the Dolphins, is to
wash your
roll
hands,
the dice, and try to get that great quarterback. I mean, quarterbacks like the queen in chess. The quarterback is drives everything, and a great quarterback can take a average team and make them elite. We've seen that happen on occasion up in Foxborough.
Jeff, to flip the script over to number 6 in Mel Kiper's 3.0, we're moving up a 0.0 like those Microsoft CDs they send in the mail. You got Joe Burrow at 1 to Cincy, Chase Young number 2 to Washington, no problem there. Jeff Okudah number 3 to the Detroit Lions. I've told you my feelings just because of the whole up and down. If you look at guys like Clinton Dix or a guy like Josh Norman who got paid just ridiculous money and now he's getting released from teams left and right. And it's just really hard to be consistent for a long period of time as a cornerback. Look at Jalen Ramsey, things like that. But I have to say, if you're somebody like Jeff Okudah, I feel that in this draft, if you're the Detroit Lions, there are other things that you need to get right now. And that's just my opinion. He's an elite corner, but I just don't think number 3 is the right spot. Number 4, Isaiah Simmons. This guy's worked his way up real quickly. He was a star on all those teams that were championship caliber at Clemson, but then he goes to the combine and makes himself even look more ridiculous by pretty much owning all the other linebackers. And he can play linebacker, safety. He can even move in on the edge. At number 5, though, this is where we really start to look into the numbers. Tua at number 5 to the Miami Dolphins, as we talked about. And then number 6, Justin Herbert to the LA Chargers. Guys, Justin Herbert, number 6 in Mel Kiper, who's trying to figure it out like all of us right now. But there's a lot of people to talk on the phone with. Jeff, Oregon Duckman over here. Number 6, Chargers. Okay pick, West Coast bra.
I think you have to. I mean, it's a matter of, they said that they're not going to sign a veteran quarterback, and so with that being said, they're ready to ride it out with Tyrod Taylor. And I think less is more at this time. I think that they're in a position, they're not ready to win now necessarily. I do think Tyrod Taylor doesn't get enough respect because he does play well. He's not that prototypical quarterback, but they've got a lot of things they've got to fix here. And you have the ability to go out and get a quarterback like Justin Herbert, which I don't think is polished as, of course, like a Joe Burrow or a Tua. I'm not going to put him in that. That's the elite tier. This is that next tier down. So when I look at Justin Herbert, I like him more than Jordan Love. I think there's a lot of question marks with Jordan Love. He kind of digressed this year a little bit when you look at him from the year before. The scouts were so high on him. Now they've kind of went back a little bit. Justin Herbert can lead guys. He's got the arm talent. I think he's got a little bit of decision-making problems. But then again, remember, these NFL executives and scouts said, we never thought he was playing in the right offense. So we don't know what the limit is for this guy. It could be the sky here. I think you have to remember, too, he's mobile enough in the NFL. He proved that in the the Rose Bowl game there. But not that. He's 6'6", 240. This is a guy, there's really nothing that scares you away from it. And for the Chargers, you know Tyrod Taylor's not your future quarterback.
Hugh Jackson just weighed in. He said,
well, how's Hugh
agree
doing?
to disagree. I'm just saying.
But no, I think that Justin Herbert's a no-brainer here. I mean, it's where else are you going to go in that? They have to get a quarterback.
Jeff, there's still a lot of people out there. Jeffrey D. I forgot I'm talking to the El Jefes now. JP and JD. Jeff, not really reunited. One's quarantined outside the glass and the other's on the phone. But listen, Jeff, that's about as reunited as you can get right now. One on the phone and one outside the glass. That's where we're at. But you know what? It's safe, and we're still getting to talk sports. But looking right now at the quarterbacks that are out there, Jeffrey D., if you look right now, Jameis Winston or Cam Newton, the value. Both of them have won Heismans. Both of them were picked number 1. Both of them have also won national titles. One of them got to a Super Bowl, was an MVP. One guy is the current yards leader in the NFL and just broke the Tampa Bay record, yes, with all those interceptions as well. And he got LASIK, maybe to know where he's paying the bill as an Uber. But I have to say, Jameis or Cam, who would you take? Cam has been released today. The reports out of Carolina, which was inevitable after they signed Teddy Bridgewater and then brought in a guy like P.J. Walker from the XFL and got rid of Kyle Allen. Where do you see Cam Newton and Jameis Winston going ultimately, and who would you rather have out of those two?
Well, to back up just a little bit, Chad, I think that I think the Detroit Lions should take Tua at 3.
Okay, I would agree with that. Yeah.
I think that
and Stafford goes to and Stafford goes to the Patriots. Yeah, nice call.
Stafford's in his 30s now, so I think that that would be the smart move. I don't think that the organization is smart enough to do that, though. And so we'll try. They'll try to do what they can, but we'll see. I think that we're talking about Herbert just a minute ago. I think that he's terrific. I'm not just playing Oregon homer here for JP's sake, but I think that he could
ball right on live TV.
He's about as good as anybody. So, I think he would do a tremendous job as well. Getting back to your question about Cam Newton. I don't know. I mean, Cam's had a tremendous number of injuries over the years, and it's just not a guy that I would be reliable, I think, in the long run. He's another guy that's a little bit long in the tooth now in his 30s. So I don't know. What's your opinion?
I mean, at this point, I would rather take the risk. If it's for long term, I'd go Jameis, just based on that. Jameis, I feel like there's always that potential where if somebody got to him, the right person talked to him and said, look, you don't have the right to just airmail. His offense was here. I mean, the truth is we've only seen him in Tampa, and the Tampa whole entire culture, that statement when you go to a company and you go to their website for the first time and it says about us, that first letter was, we suck at defense, we have to score a lot of points, and we're going to allow you to get a bunch of big receivers and guys over the top, like we saw with Deshaun Jackson, and Mike Evans over the years, and you're going to throw the ball deep, and hopefully we score more points. So he's always been in we have to score a ton. Our running game has been really bad. Our offensive line was bad, and it's up to you to score a ton. So if he gets on the right team with a defense and a coach that works with him, he still has skill. But can he limit those turnovers ultimately? Because remember, the first game we ever watched this guy play, and none of this has to do with what he's done off the field, but the first game we ever saw this guy play against Pittsburgh on national TV as a true freshman, or as a redshirt freshman when he first came out. Remember, the guy threw 26 for 27? I mean, he can throw the football if he's confident, and he lost a lot of that confidence, and he started to be a gunslinger, not for the best. That's just my take right now on Jameis. There might be that chance. The guy last year is not going to win you a Super Bowl, and he's going to cause a lot of people to lose their jobs on the offensive coordinators. But I have to say, I think that Jameis has a long-term scale where Cam has been banged up and injured so many times. I can't see that Cam we loved and the guy that owned a whole season in Auburn and the MVP that went to a Super Bowl before Von Miller took care of him. I can't see that guy returning. I just can't see that same guy having the confidence with the shoulder injuries and the injuries he's had to be that same quarterback. Just my opinion. I don't think either are going to lead somebody to the title, but I personally would take more of a risk, because it is a risk, on Jameis.
Yeah, Jameis has a much higher upside than Jameis's middle game has never really been there. And we've seen him in the last couple of years kind of throw the ball into traffic and take chances. And, he, of course, Brett Favre, I think that'd be the interception for the modern future of football. And obviously he was a great player. But some of Jameis's throws into, double and triple coverage were kind of just hard to understand.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that if they could ever get Jameis mentally in the right spot, and Bruce Arians couldn't do it this past year, he'd be a productive quarterback and a guy that maybe could lead you to
Jeff,
the title.
Yeah, and we've got to go to a break here to get out for the break. JP wanted me to play you out to some Pirates of the Caribbean music.
No, JP didn't. Sorry,
but if
JP.
you can, I hope you have a great one with your family, and we got to come back and do a couple headlines real quick. But I hope you're safe, and don't be a stranger. You have to be for a little while, but give us a call on the phone, and we'll have some fun, all right?
Sounds good, Chad.
All right, see you, buddy. Coming back for more right here, Sports Drive.
Welcome to Mo! Okay, hi, what are we doing today?
I need something that screams something fun. Nothing too on the face, nothing too off the face, but also totally hot.
So I have the perfect thing. It's the most food mullet. You're totally business in the front, but tailgate in the back. It's a fat party. People are having fun. You know, snap. All your friends are going to be like, whoa, awesome setup. Everyone else is going to be all jelly, okay?
Just like a killer mullet, Moe's Catering will turn the back of your ride into a tailgate party that's sure to turn some heads. Just order ahead and pick it up on your way.
Moe's Southwest Grill, now open in Pace on Highway 90 next to Publix grocery store.
First Take, Your Take, with Jason Fitz.
Remember, it's not that long ago the 76ers over-exceeded expectations in the playoffs, right? So suddenly it became they are the future and the future is now. Trust the process became this thing that works. Now they've hit a wall. And it's staggering to me to hear Embiid talk about he doesn't know if he's getting the ball. And Horford to say, we've got issues in the locker room, but we'll keep that private. Guess what? You just made them public.
1 to 2 weekday afternoons on ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
For your ESPN Pensacola ridiculous stats, I'm JP. Among Ted Williams' many records, he set a student gunnery record as a World War II pilot. The test emphasized reflexes, coordination, and visual reaction time and still stood as of 2002. There have been 3 Olympic Games held in countries that no longer exist. Only 72 players in NBA history have attempted more free throws in their careers than the over 5,300 Shaquille O'Neal missed. Sorry, Big Diesel. These are your ESPN Pensacola ridiculous stats. I'm JP.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
When working at a growing business, you wear many hats. The new business hat, the buying toner for the copy machine hat, the sifting through tons of resumes hat. You can throw away that last hat thanks to Indeed.com. When posting your job, Indeed lets you add screener questions that give you a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates. So go ahead, dust off that extra long lunch hat. Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
Hello, sports fans. Miles Bentley here, General Manager at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Pensacola. Growing up, I always loved sports. Nothing but net, out of the park, through the uprights. Sink the puck Bentley, that was me. But my love of the game couldn't beat my love for Pensacola and helping folks get on the road of dreams in a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Sure, I never went to the big leagues in sport, but we're all pro here at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Proud to be in Pensacola.
The latest sports news is at ESPNpensacola.com and on Facebook at ESPN Pensacola. Plus, watch Chad Brilliante, Coach K, and Sports Call live on our exclusive YouTube channel, ESPN Pensacola 1330. This is Northwest Florida's all sports, all the time station. From Destin to New Orleans, sports fans come here for ESPN and local sports talk. ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
Welcome back. Sports Drive, ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Little Juice is okay. Local band here in Pensacola. They do a great job, and hopefully get everybody back out when we have big groups joining again at places like Vinyl. It's going to be awesome. We have a few seconds left. JP, enjoyed it today. Thanks to Aisha back there and everybody at Blab TV for holding it down. Tonight, ESPN 30 for 30. While people are going through stuff out there, O.J. Simpson will be on TV. There you go. God bless. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.
Will it be? You're taking me down.
It's time for your sports update right here on ESPN Pensacola and the Sports Drive. Well, right now, the Olympics officially going through. It has been canceled for 2020 and postponed at this point. Dick Pound making the announcement. Not making the announcement, he is changing his name, making it uncomfortable for broadcasters. The LA Clippers and Steve Ballmer agreed to buy the Forum right there for $400 million. So we'll see what's going to happen after the announcement is made by the Clippers to buy it, if they're going to be able to keep or the new arena plans for the LA Lakers. Looking at some of the other things going on right now as we talked about it. Well, Noah Syndergaard, the pitcher for the New York Mets, one of many that they spent a lot of money on, including him and Jacob deGrom over the years, will have Tommy John surgery, with right now the future of what date we're coming back still up in the air. Not a bad time. Chris Sale, Noah Syndergaard, two primetime rich pitchers making the move to have Tommy John surgery. And Cam Newton free and hungry after his release today by the Carolina Panthers.
This is ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM and 99.1 FM, the only local station that talks sports 24 hours